Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of our Newcomers 101. This is our 5th session. Let me see a show of hands who's made it to all 5 of them. We got one. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, again, welcome. I'm John Wedgeworth. Today we have Sam McAdoo, who's our Director of Community Maintenance. We'll turn it over to him in a little bit. We also have Mary Jo Page, our Director of Marketing, back here. And, of course, we have Mr. Hatt over here, Jared Kirby, to help us. And Jared has an apprentice with him today, Trenton Davis. Welcome, Trenton. Glad to have you today. So, as usual with these courses, what do we start with? Our vision statement. And our vision statement. We don't change those, thank goodness, so those are good there. So when you go through these core values here, you'll see just about all of these pertain to community maintenance in one way or the other. So Sam's really going to talk about this, how this ties to core values when we go through this. So those just continue on the core values there. So one thing I want to make sure here is everyone signed up to get the emails from our community club. Thank you. Well, when you get this one next time, think about this one. This is a very important one to take a free, 3 letters, 3 words there, free first aid course. And we do it here on campus. It's very easy. I passed it, so it'd be very easy for you to pass it. It's just a great way. You never know when you might need to come in to aid of one of our fellow residents. So, again, these courses have already filled up. They go pretty fast. But, again, when you see this email for training classes for CPR, and make sure that you sign up for that. You can really make a difference while you're waiting on that ambulance to get there if it's an emergency. So thank you for that. And also, last time we had several inquiries about this. John Conrad tours. So I've got a handout back here for you if you want to sign up for this. I know several of you have already signed up for that and enjoying some of those. They go fast. Really fast. So if you don't have your cell phone with you when the email comes to you and it fills up. We take a lot of great tours there all over the county. We go some out of the county. But the ones that sell out the fastest are our microbreweries when we go to those. Imagine that. Imagine that. But they go pretty fast. So, again, I've got a sheet back here with all that information on it. After the show today, you can come by and get one. But it's a great way to learn more about our community also. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Sam McAdoo. He's our Director of Community Maintenance. And when you say community maintenance, you think how big our company is here and what you drive around and you see what it takes to maintain this. From roads to buildings to marinas to every piece of equipment here. So, Sam, it's all yours.
Thank you, John. I'm going to stand at the podium, and if you have any questions, just feel free to ask them. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to write the question down, and I'll get back to you. After you leave here, if you don't know who to call with questions about anything in the community, if you call me, I'll put you in contact with the correct person. As we go through this, most of the items that you are going to call about are probably under me or Mary Jo. So if you call me, then we'll be all right. Okay? A little bit about me, just real quick. I started at Fairfield Glade in 2009. I've been Fairfield Glade since 2009. I am very happy with my job. I like my job. I like coming to work every day, and I haven't had a bad day yet. So, like I said, if you have any questions, just give me a holler. I put some cards of mine on the back of the table as well. It's got my name and my email address on it and my phone number. Okay? So as we go through this is what I'm responsible for within the community. Community maintenance deals with roads and bridges, garages, sanitation, building maintenance, grounds, architectural control office. I have 32 people that work with me to maintain these items within the community. This is all mostly back of the house type stuff that we deal with. We're probably going to cross paths with each one of you over the course of your time here. Okay? Roads and bridges. Roads and bridges is just what it means. All the roads in Fairfield Glade are community, Cumberland County roads. If the Cumberland County Roads Department we work in conjunction with to maintain those roads, okay? We deal with chip and seal roads, we deal with repair of the roads, we deal with paving of the roads, maintenance of the road. My guys are out there every day doing work on the roads of some sort. We have 55 miles of paved road, 71 miles of chip and seal road. If you're not familiar with a chip and seal road, you probably will be while you're here. I'm going to try and describe it, but it's really just a more rural form of paving. We also have 69 miles of undeveloped roads. That is grass roads, gravel roads, things of this nature. Okay? The garages. We have our own self-sufficient garage here. We have 2 mechanics here. They maintain all the vehicles within Fairfield Glade Community Club, whether that's fire department, police department, backhoes, heavy equipment, anything that, including small engines. Each of the golf courses has a maintenance building as well. They maintain the golf equipment. If they can't maintain it, they come to our guys and we maintain it. Okay? Sanitation. I have sanitation guys. I have 5 guys on sanitation. We run sanitation Monday through Friday. We ask that you have your trash out by 7:30 in the morning. If for some reason they don't get your sanitation, just give me a call. Okay, there may be a reason, if you're going to be late getting it out, or they switch routes every week, so if something happens, just give me a call. Sanitation runs. I've got really good guys in sanitation. They're hardworking guys. There are things, you can look online, there are things that we can't take. We can't take paint, we can't take chemicals, we ask that your bags be less than 40 pounds so they can pick them up, things of this nature. There's a sanitation policy posted online.
Hey, Sam, also there's one way the community can help us is by recycling.
Right.
That takes a load off your team.
Right. We do have, we don't do recycling. My guys do not do recycling, but there is a recycling center down by the boat, Leisure Craft Boats. If you turn left, right at Leisure Craft Boats, and the Environmental Committee puts out articles on recycling and where you can take it and what they take, and it's very informative. And I think one of the tours that they do is to the recycling plant as well. We also, on sanitation, and it may be covered in ground, so I'll hold off on that. Next, please. Building maintenance. I have a small maintenance department, and they maintain 52 buildings within Fairfield Glade Community Club. That's everything from the community center, the golf buildings, the golf course bathrooms, anything to do with the buildings, racket center, anything to do with the buildings here in Fairfield Glade, my maintenance department takes care of. Maintenance department is here 7 days a week. Okay, it seems to work better for them if they're here 7 days a week. Okay, I have a grounds department, and this grounds department is responsible for all the landscaping on the roads and the common areas, anything like that. The the center maintains their own landscaping department, but anything outside of the community center or the center is maintained by my guys. And again, if you see anything out in the community that needs attention, if you would just email me, I can get it to the right person. Even if it's a street sign that's down or bent or missing or anything like that. Next, please. Architectural Controls Office. Architectural, you live in a deed-restricted community. That means that any changes to your homes has to go through the Architectural Controls Office. We deal with new homes. Right now, we average about 100 new homes per year. This year, we're on track to break that record. So all new homes come through my office. Anything that you do to the exterior of your home also comes through my office. We ask that you document that a lot of times for documentation purposes. If I have a history of your home and you come to me and say, what color is my home painted and when was it last painted, I can tell you the color. Okay, when was my roof put on? What color shingles do I have? Anything like that on the exterior of the home. I would rather get a lot of calls and tell you that you don't need to document that than have to give you a call and say we did something that you needed documentation for. Yes, sir.
How far back do the records go?
The records we have several different archive systems that we have. If you give me your home, I'll go back as far as I can. Some records go back to 1980s, early 80s. In 2011, because of the computer and stuff, 2011, we started scanning stuff into a hard drive, so those records are real accurate. Beyond that, it relies on an older system, and I found stuff back to 1987 on that system for people. Okay? Property standards also is in that office. Property standards is in charge of enforcing the policies that may. Property standards enforces the policies that are in place. I don't want to dwell on it too long, but if your house needs attention, your yard is in attention, you are doing something that may be conceived as a policy violation, then we'll contact you, okay, and say, hey, we need to work on this, okay? Again, any issues whatsoever with any of these departments, I should be the first point of contact, okay? Next, please. I attend all the Architectural Control Committee meetings. I attend all the Property Standards Committee meetings, the Lakes Committee meetings, the Trails Committee meetings, the Environmental Committee meetings, and the board meetings. So if you can't find me, if you see a meeting's coming up, I'm probably going to be there. Architectural controls we talked about. There may be stuff that my staff can approve, and there's stuff that has to go to the Architectural Controls Committee for final approval. Property Standards Committee is just that. They deal with policies and enforcement of those policies. Lakes Committee, as you probably know, we have 11 lakes in Fairfield Glade. I maintain all those lakes, or the liaison for those lakes, okay? Each lake has a representative, and the Lakes Committee meets once a month between March and November, okay? Trails Committee, we have numerous trails within Fairfield Glade Community Club. A lot of people really like the trails. There's maps available at the center and also at Administrative 1 building. If you don't know how to get hold of the Trails Committee and you can't find the information online, just send me an email and I'll get back to you. Environmental Committee is just that. They deal with environmental issues. I involve them in various things within the community depending on what is going on within the community and what I need help with. Okay? We have two marinas. We have a marina at St. George, which is on Lake St. George, and we have Dartmoor Marina up on Lake Dartmoor. They're open March through October. St. George is open a month longer than Dartmoor, but there's slips for boats and kayaks for rent there if you want to keep your boat in the water or on dry land. They're available there. All Fairfield Glades lakes are no-wake lakes. That's to say, you can't water ski behind them, you can't tow your grandchildren behind on a tube. It is recreational in the fact that minimum steerage for your boat. If there's any issues with that, I'm usually the person that gets the calls. So, but as you go around, we also have lakes for, pontoon boats for rental if you want to see them. This is some of the items that we have available at the marinas. We have pontoon boats for rent, kayaks for rent, paddleboards, canoes, fishing boats. You can even rent a pavilion if you're having a party. Okay? Next, please. Oh, that's me. So you can see here, this 707-2149, that's my office. It is not my personal desk number. And the reason that that's not on there is a lot of times if you ask what your question is, that person will direct you to the right person. If you want to talk to me, that's no problem. Just talk to me. But if I put my office number up there, sometimes I'm directing you back to somebody else. This email right here goes to the front desk as well. Same thing. They will answer answer that email. If you want to talk to me directly, my card's back there, my email address is on it. Okay? That was kind of quick and short here. Do you have any questions for me?
All right,
Yes,
hang on. We're going to need you to speak in the microphone so you can all.
Oh, okay.
So since I've been here for the year, I've had 2 interactions with your office. Both times you guys have over-delivered for us. And everything that you're in charge of, I must say that as a resident, I'm very proud to be a part of this place because of what you guys do. So congratulations. And then my question is, so we live on Edgemere Court. And we are currently, it's rock. And we have all of the houses up, except there's still an empty lot next to us with no plan. Will that road be chip and seal at some point?
The question is, will his cul-de-sac be chip and sealed or hard surfaced? The covenants and restrictions of Fairfield Glade Community Club say that Fairfield Glade Community Club does not install hard surface. Cumberland County Roads Department does not install hard surface. Okay? We do not make roads, we maintain roads. The road would have to be brought to hard surface via the builder or the homeowners within that road.
We just need more people on the road than that.
Yeah.
I'd like to second your compliment. I agree, I was thinking the same thing. You handle so much, and I'm happy to be here, and it looks great.
I'm happy to be here. Yeah, there's a lot I haven't met a bad person that lives in Fairfield Glade, so I thank you. I have to give bad news sometimes, but I enjoy my job and I enjoy being here. So.
Other questions? This is your chance where it's an ACC question or property standards, marina question.
Here's one, John.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, speak in the microphone.
I have a little lake question because I know you stock the lakes. How does that happen?
We do not stock the lakes for game fish. We stock the lakes to control the weeds within the lake. We stock tilapia for one kind of weed, and we stock grass carp for another kind of weed. Those stockings take place every year. The grass carp live about 15 years, so we keep track of those as they die off, and then we restock them as they die off. So that's our aquatic vegetation control. There are other ways to do it, but we try to do it environmentally sound, and that's the best way that we've found to do it. There is a bass club on here. If anybody's a fisherman, I can put you in contact with the bass club. They occasionally will stock game fish, but Fairfield Glade Community Club generally does not. Okay.
Is there a charge at either of the marinas or anywhere on the lake if we put our own canoe or kayak in the lake?
He asked if there's a charge for using the lakes. Homeowners do not have a charge for using the lakes. However, if you're going to put a boat in the lake, we require that you register that boat. There's 2 kinds of registration. There's a motorized and a non-motorized. A sticker is a small fee included with that sticker, but that's how we control who's actively using the lake and who should and should not use the lake. We have temporary stickers available as well. So if you stop by the marinas, they will talk to you about the stickers. And if the marina is not open in the winter, the center sells those stickers as well. Okay. Any other questions? Well, thank you very much for your time. My cards are back there.
I've got a couple more slides to go through here, and we have some handouts back here for the tour information and also all the contact information. Again, we thank you for doing the Welcome Home Survey. Every time we mention it, Mary Jo, I think we see a bump up in the number who does that Welcome Home Survey. So again, if you've not done that, please do that for us. Here's our upcoming schedules. Next week, we're going to take off the 16th. We're going to take off. Mary Jo has guaranteed perfect weather for that concert, so we feel comfortable about taking off and getting ready for that concert. Thanks, Mary Jo. And then we're going to follow it up after that with racket sports, and one that's got a lot of attention coming up is the trails on the 30th of August. So come learn all about our trails. The Trails Committee will be here with a lot of handouts and good information about our trails. Then we'll take off Labor Day, and then we're going to follow it with the last few ones. We'll do the Cumberland County orientation. Mayor Foster will come out and talk about Cumberland County for us on that one. Then we're going to talk about financials and member records. We're going to have our police department and fire department to come in, and also the neighborhood watch group will be in here. That FGRS is Fairfield Glade Resident Services. We're going to have the Art Guild and the Veterans Memorial now, which is underway at Robin Hood Park. Mary Jo's going to lead us on recreations on the 11th of October, and then we'll wind it up with food and beverage on the 10th. And that's it for the year. We'll take off. We'll start back in the spring, probably. So, and all of these now are online. We have the first 4 already online. If you'll go in through sign in our website, go to member records, scroll down to the bottom where it says Newcomers 101, click on there. All of our presentations are there, audio and the PowerPoint presentation. So they're all there. Jared, thank you for your group over there for handling that for us. Really good. Appreciate it. Thank you. And last, if you got any general questions about Fairfield Glade, other than community maintenance, anything we may ask or anything that's on your mind, any concerns? If not, then we have some handouts back here for you. Our business cards are back here. Again, I would appreciate, I've had a couple after the last meeting sent me requests of what they'd like to see out of these presentations going forward. We came up with this first go around, Mary Jo. We just thought this might be what the group was interested in. But we want to hear from you what you might be interested in topics. We had one lady last week sent me a nice email, wanted to hear more about where do we get our drinking water? Where does that come from? So we're probably going to get that into the next series of orientation. So again, we need to hear from you. We need guidance back from you of what you'd like to hear instead of us just telling you what you want to hear. So again, if you got any questions, now's the time. We'll hang around after the show if you got some questions. Other than that, we got some handouts back here again, and we thank you for coming in.